Alright boys, version 200, the Deus 9-inch coal. That silver diamond down there so far is some flat iron. Show you a little something here. You know, you'll hear people make the comment. You start talking about silencer, that's the term XP uses. And iron bias is what Manicore uses. You'll hear people make statements like, oh, I can find more stuff in the iron with the lower iron bias or lower silencer. Well, that's probably true. You know, you're still limited, but yes, that's true. But just remember this, lower silencer or lower iron bias not only lets some of the good stuff shine, it also lets some of the bad stuff shine. So where's those sharpshooters going in this video? Select digging, using the mighty Deus 2, looking maybe for higher conductors. A lower silencer setting is better than a higher, and not necessarily for location of target. I'll give you a demonstration here to show you. Now, version 1.002.0 1.1 came out. You know, this sensitive FT is a little different, the silencer setting. You can look at some other programs on this machine and do your own test. The default in this version 2.0 is 3. So could you take this machine with a silencer 3 to a site and make some finds? Full tones. I'm even going to take out the factory notch. So you've seen the silencer there. Full tones. And we'll just leave the offset at 5 because that's really unimportant for this video. So you're going to go out and do some select digging with a mighty Deus 2, running it in the silencer of 3. Is that the smartest thing to do? Well, it might not be. You can still find stuff. I'm going to sweep about 4 inches over this mercury diamond. It's got some flat irons. I think 2x4 thicknesses under it. I'll show it to you. Now remember, there's no notch. Our volume is at 7. External speaker is maxed. What do we hear here? Boy, that sounds clean as a whistle, don't it? You see that ID? So if you were select digging, and you heard that and looked at that meter, you may think, uh-oh, that's one of them old zinc and pennies or maybe an old aluminum twist cap. Now, watch this. I'm going to mash the ground balance button. Still sounds clean, don't it? Remember, the ground balance button removes notch. Your silencer setting carries over. Okay? So the ground balance button there is not doing you a bit of good. Let me turn this camera off briefly. Alright, camera back on. So we're still, like I said here, we're still in old silencer 3. Let's sweep this again. Now the horseshoe, the ground balance button is not engaged. It's hard to hear iron tone in that signal. Yet that coin is reporting substantially low. Notice that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here and let's just drop the old silencer to 2 and see what happens. Still hard to hear any iron tone in that signal. Slow swing. Now the ground balance button here is probably not going to do us any good. It might help us just a tad because it raises the iron volume level. I'm going to talk about that a little more here in a minute. Okay, now we're down to silencer number 1. Now we're going to sweep. Now I'm going to mash that ground balance button. Hear that? You can hear a little of that iron tone on that signal. It might make you suspicious. Like, oh, wait a minute, I've got an 85 in the meter. 86. 84. Now I will, just for this video, I'll let the silencer down to 0. No ground bounce button in. Ground bounce button going in. Alright, I'm going to take the ground bounce button off. There's about 5 inches of coil height. That's silencer 0. Silencer 1, about 5 inches. Silencer 2. Silencer 3. Silencer 4. Hear how clean that sounds. Alright. You see what we've got here. Get that old flat iron there. Let's get that ID pulled down on that old dime. So a lower silencer there may expose the masking more so versus a silencer of 3 or 4. Now you probably won't, hunting with that machine silencer 0 is pretty tough, boys and girls. 2 does better than 3, but 2 doesn't do as good as 1. Alright? Now, this ground balance button, you know, iron volume in a hunt program, iron volume level 10 is probably too much. And that seems like that's where this ground balance button likes to throw that iron volume, you know, throws it to the 10 level. And you can expose some possible masking by using it. Now, where are the back phones? Well, the back phones they don't keep out as much ambient noise as the full WSA2XLs or an aftermarket pair of, you know, wired headphones, or even an aftermarket pair of full cup headphones. They keep more noise out. Or if you wanted to use this machine with the external speaker, well, raising that iron tone when you mash that ground balance button to check a target with more ambient noise, or using the external speaker, it might put you on the masking. Running that silencer at 1 or 2. Okay. I mean, I'm hearing it out here. I'm standing here and there's no wind, boys. She's dead still. Okay. I just thought I would share that, you know, to show you. Now, that's the default setting in that machine, level 3. And most people, you know, if you didn't know any better, as clean as that dime sounded, you'd swear, well, how in the hell could that be a silver dime? How? That's going to conclude the video.